is the story of me. I came into this world on October 14th, 1973. I grew up in Houston, Texas, surrounded by my loved ones, and had dreams of making a positive impact on my community. As a young man, I faced personal struggles but remained resilient. I worked hard to support myself and my family, striving to provide a better future for my children. I had a passion for basketball and was known for my friendly and charismatic personality. Tragically, on May 25th, 2020, my life was cut short in a heartbreaking incident that shocked the world. It began when police officers in Minneapolis, Minnesota, responded to a call regarding a counterfeit note. During my arrest, one officer, Derek Chauvin, knelt on my neck for approximately 9 minutes, despite my plea for help and my inability to breathe.
Born in Detroit to a single mother, Ben Carson faced a life of poverty and low expectations. Struggling academically, he nearly failed in school until his mother insisted he read 2 library books a week. This simple rule ignited a passion for learning. Despite many obstacles, including financial hardships, Ben's dedication propelled him to Yale and then to the University of Michigan Medical School. His innovative techniques in neurosurgery, like the groundbreaking separation of conjoined twins, earned him global acclaim. Carson's journey is a testament to how relentless hard work and unwavering belief in one's potential can redefine success, inspiring countless others to follow their dreams against all odds.
Ben Carson, a neurosurgeon, he's the first person in world history to separate conjoined twins at the head. Nobody in the world has ever done that. Ben Carson was the first. He's one of the greatest men that lived. He's brilliant. He came from humble beginnings. His mama was poor. His mama couldn't read. That guy had an incredible story, and we should know him more than we know these other people.
Yeah.
So, why does the Black community celebrate victims over victors?
Kendrick, I guess you go first.
Oh man, that was a good video. Great choice.
I
I
actually
believe.
made that. Go ahead.
Oh,
Well,
that,
I clipped it together. That was, yeah.
great choice. I believe we do that because it is easier to be the victim than to face accountability. Okay, because to face accountability is to face the fact that the reason that you get a Ben Carson is because he literally excelled. He literally pushed the limits. He had a goal and he rose above. And when you do that, that harsh reality of I really can do that, but I'm choosing not to, it's easier to say, well, I can't because of racism and systemic this and this and this. And then you list down all of these reasons. It's like when you got a headache, you go to Google, you look one thing up, and they say you got cancer now. And that's how we are right now. It's easier to be the victim than to say, yo, he's a victor and he did this. And if I followed this, I could do it too. But that puts too much accountability on you to do it.
For sure. Easy.
Yeah, I agree, man. I definitely concur. You gotta take a lot of people. It's easy to be the victim, man. Nobody want to take accountability. You pretty much said it, man. You know what I'm saying? So
I'll say that I think that it's monkey see, monkey do. Ben Carson is not in the projects. He's not in the hood. Like, I didn't learn about Ben Carson till Trump. That I learned his story. So it's like, I feel like with people coming up, you gotta have like seeing that person. Every young Black male coming up wanted to be Jay-Z, or they wanted to be Michael Jordan, or they wanted to be whatever entertainer. So like, we want to be what we can see. I feel like young Black men especially need more of an example of somebody to look up to. We need our own Jeff Bezos, our own Elon Musk. So once you see one Black guy did it, it seems more possible. As far as us playing victims, we can always say, oh, I just saw Jamie Foxx get into it with an ESPN commentator because the guy was like, why does it have to be Black excellence? We don't say white excellence. And Jamie Foxx was said, for all the reasons to what Black people have been through in this country. So the victim mentality is always going to be linked to slavery, linked to financial issues, systematic racism. It's always going to be linked to those things where you're dealing with Black people until we get past it.
I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna say media.
Okay.
If you think about all the shows in the '90s, think about Fresh Prince. Who was the lame on Fresh Prince?
Carlton.
Carlton. Who Carlton remind you of?
The nerds.
Nerd.
Ben Carson.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Young Ben Carson.
Yeah. Nobody wanted to be Carlton, and
No.
the show was pushing it. Everybody wanted to be Will Smith. Everybody wanted to be the Fresh Prince. You think about Family Matters and Urkel. They even made it cool when he changed to Stefan. Like a lot of people don't know, when the reason why you have morals and standards, right? You have a code of ethics that you practice because your subconscious takes this in. People don't know your subconscious is slow, right? Like your main conscience, you think fast, but your subconscious think slow, but you react off your subconscious more than anything. So when you're programmed, Hollywood knows this. That's why the world is messed up now, because of media, the news. It goes back to what we've been talking about with politics and stuff like that. We're programmed like that. And then now, because we got to work, we just put our kids in front of tablets. In the 90s, it was what? Fresh Prince. What was it, TGI Fridays? Y'all remember that? The whole
show.
Yeah, you had the whole lineup with all the shows, and there was always a cool person. What was it? Saved by the Bell? It wasn't just the Black community. What was his name? Screech. The nerd was always a lame, and then you had Zach. That was, like the jock or whatever. A lot of this is, I think, is programmed, but it's what they say when a white person sneezes, a Black person got the flu, and it's hurting our community because everybody want to be rappers, football players.
Vivek Ramaswamy said the same thing you said, Vogler. They got mad at him.
You beat me to it. Yeah. Was that on X?
Yeah, he went off saying that we put jocks and we don't do science fairs and everything like that. Even Trump and Elon got mad at him about that.
Well, it's just, but that's the thing. And I've been, like I said, I've been on my journey, and it's easier to grab the Doritos. It's easier to grab the beers. It's easy, carbs and all that, instead of more whole foods. And I feel like that's what's going on with the Black community. The Black community is just binging on junk, and nobody wants to eat their vegetables. Nobody wants to quit the drugs. I always say it, dopamine. We're just on a dopamine high, and Ben Carson doesn't fulfill that. I think the killing of George Floyd, and then when it happened, people were sitting at home receiving $900 a week. So to me, I think if people weren't getting those checks, it wouldn't have been riots. People were just getting free money and had nothing else to do. And that's what made this a huge issue, which is telling me more people need to get to work and figure out things to do instead of race baiting.
You talking about George Floyd riots?
Yeah. Yep. When they burned down the police building in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Yep. Everybody was getting that 900.
Yeah. I mean, they tried to make a martyr figure before him. They tried multiple times. They tried with Eric. They and the I Can't Breathe situation in New York. They tried other situations in New York. These are tragic. Yeah, St. Louis. These are tragic situations they have that they put in the mainstream cycle to get a reaction. It's just so happened the time that George Floyd came about, everybody was still. Everybody was able to watch. Everybody was able to see. Plus, the whole thing was live. So it's like that also made it a whole different situation. So that just inflamed the whole situation. And then they ran with it.
So you guys are Black MAGA. So let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think there's an issue of police brutality with the Black community, especially Black males?
I think it's on both sides, but I think we contribute, like when I say with media, I think we contribute to our reputation, which causes us to get less respect. I think us glorifying drug streets, rap, like even the stuff that's positive, still kind of like sports. You get a lot of the drug game and rap. You get players getting suspended all the time for doing stuff they shouldn't be doing. So I think we have a reputation. People they don't understand that how you represent yourself goes a long way. And if you see somebody in a suit, and I'm just talking about the collective, right? If you see somebody in a suit versus some cut up jeans and a hoodie, you're going to have two different views of them. You're probably going to think the person in the suit has a little more authority than the person with the hoodie and the cut up jeans, right?
Perception is reality.
Yeah. So, or if you see a police officer in a uniform, you give them more respect. I think we put our whole community in the cut up jeans. We're not dressing in a suit. We're not presenting ourselves the best we can, how we should. So when we come across police, they automatically assume that. Is it right or wrong? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, we can only control us. I'm black at the end of the day. I can only control me, right? So me, myself, I try to make myself as presentable as possible. And then I speak out against it. And, it comes with a lot of pushback, but I really think that we bring a lot of the police stuff on ourselves. How are we 13% of the population and, contributing to almost half of the crime, murders and stuff, right?
That's how you shaking your head. Yeah, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's why it's crazy right now that Diddy's locked up, man. Because Diddy was a multi-millionaire or almost billionaire. You know what I'm saying? So they perceiving us as everybody wants to be like him and stuff like that. And I feel like people are not. I think it's unjust because all black men are not the same. You know what I'm saying? All black men are not like that. Every black man doesn't want to party or be in a strip club all the time. There's black men out here that's trying to level up, man, and own multi-million dollar companies and stuff like that, man. So I think it's very messed up that we get judged for wearing a hoodie, and then they automatically assuming that we're thugs.
Kenzie?
My take on it is no, I don't think it's a problem with police brutality in the neighborhoods and in the hoods because I mean number one is a police shortage. Number two, I don't know if you noticed, police ain't policing like they used to. They sitting around, they ain't really doing too much. Are there's these occurrences where people get hurt? Sometimes people lose their life. Yeah, that's part of that's always been part of it. It's just what they choose to highlight gets a different reaction, I feel like. But for me, I don't feel like that. I feel like there's been a lot of change in throughout time. And I feel like now it's more of in my opinion, an issue of the response to each other in the community more than a brutality. It's a communication problem because Volger said, to be a small population, but then have so much friction with the police, it's just like because of crime, and it's like why? So it needs to be more of that connection, and then it goes back to a cultural thing. And the culture is anti-police. You know what I'm saying? It's just the no snitching, the whole nine. So that's counterproductive to fighting crime. In actuality. So if it's either you got to have trade-offs in these lives. So we can't hold on to the street culture and have our neighborhoods get safer. It's either the neighborhoods going to get safer and we're actually going to have to let that go. Now, if we can do that, I don't know, but that's going to change the crime and the police and all that. Because, like he said, it's the media, it's the culture. The policing, that's just a guy doing a job in a suit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's gonna be one bad one. You're gonna have we
Yeah,
humans. Yep.
Yes, sir.
you want
So,
to
huh?
So you want to close us out and pass around the closing thoughts?
We can.
Okay.
All right, you want to go, Kenzie? Your closing thoughts?
Yeah, in closing thoughts, I just feel that we have an opportunity with this administration that's coming in for all of Black America, no matter who you represent, to find what's going on politically in your district, in your area, and use it to your advantage. At the end of the day, all of the political lines don't matter if you can use it to your advantage to better your community and your family. And if it's America first, it's going to benefit us all in the end. And we'll all be at the same party laughing and drinking together. So at the end of the day, it's more about unity than anything. I think we all need to get on board with what's going on. I think that's going to definitely help the culture the most.
Easy.
Yeah, my closing thoughts is I want to thank Kenzie for coming on, man. I appreciate your words, man. I appreciate Gray and Vogel, man. Y'all been working hard and being consistent at this, man. That's pretty much it, man. I'm signing out.
Appreciate
Right.
it. Yeah. Also, thank you, Kenzie, for coming on. I like that the painting you got back there. Is that anime?
This no, actually I made this one. I did
Oh
this.
no,
That's
really? You
dope.
can draw?
Yeah, I can draw. I painted. This is
That's
my
fire.
first painting. This is
Okay.
my third one. This was actually a spin-off of like The World Is Yours, the Scarface.
Oh wow.
I just put a brother in and I put some sharks in the water.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
That's fire. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fire.
thanks.
My closing thoughts is you can be a victim, but you can always become a victor. So just don't ever give up. Keep trying and just keep pushing forward. And I know it gets hard. And it's easy to blame and say blame the world, blame your friends, blame everybody around you, the government. But nobody's coming to save you most likely. And if you find some people that can, hold on to them. But just continue to strive to try to be victorious. That's my closing thoughts.
For me, to the Black community, nobody owes us anything. Not the police, not the government, not white people. You only get what you fight for and what you purchase. So I'm gonna keep saying we got to get over this victim stuff. We gotta quit glorifying the degenerates and our lowest. I mean, there's nothing wrong with rappers. Great, they doing great things. There's nothing wrong with it, but they should not be our spokesman. I think Malcolm X said that. Like, you can go in any other race, you don't see the baseball player speaking out. You don't see the singers speaking out. You have people who are either politicians or they have certain credentials, degrees, whatever it may be. They did things in the community and made an impact, and they're the ones speaking. We need to start getting these type of people and putting them on. If it's the rappers doing it, a lot of these rappers, they need to take the responsibility and step up and say, hey, that's not my field, but I know somebody. I be down here giving out turkeys and I see this barber who he cut my hair when I didn't have no money or whatever it was, and he's doing good. He's a politician. Let me bring him in and try to put him on and make him famous so that he can start to be the spokesman. We got to find the Black leaders. I know we have a father epidemic in the Black community, but there's people such as me, you know what I'm saying? And there's others, all of us on here. And that's what we're trying to do. But we get there, we need to be the leaders, not these artists and other people who aren't studying how societies work, how government work. So that's what I'm saying. We got to heal. We got to put the junk food down and start eating our vegetables.
Yeah, it's just like that. That's more entertaining, but we go get there, Vogler. Like we us doing conversations like that, we go eventually get there. But Kenzie, I definitely appreciate you coming. We definitely got to bring you back. What'd you think of the Man Cave?
I think it was great, man. It was great dialogue. I like the segues and different conversations. It was, happy to be here. Definitely coming back.
It's usually not as quiet, I'll tell you that.
No, it was a cool night though, man. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad we're doing this, man, because it's going to help people, man. I'm telling you, it is.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got to have our serious nights.
Most definitely.
Most for sure. All right, guys. Y'all have a good night.
Sir.
Y'all have a good one. All right.
Introducing the new party. We live stream every Tuesday and Thursday p.m. Eastern Standard Time.